Welcome back. Today I'm going to make a tether out of regular wire for the Tour-Pak. I thought I was going to buy one of those tether cables, but I don't think I'm going to spend that kind of money. Alright, I'm just cutting some wire out of an old extension cord that I don't need. An old piece of extension cord. I save these things just in case, you know, I need it for other projects. Alright, so I'm going to make a tether out of one wire. I think I'm going to go with the black one. That way it blends in better. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to take one end off. I'm going to use electrical terminal ends. This one actually fits, the hole's big enough, but this one I'm going to have to drill out because I don't have any more of these. That was my last one. So I'm going to have to drill this out just a little bit to make it a little larger. Let's go check it out. See if it fits. Ooh, almost a little bit larger, and we're in business. Like I was saying, I've done a video where I was doing these before, and what I was doing is I was putting these through, right, going backwards and zip tying them. Well, I'm doing something different now. I found that the zip tie is not as strong as doing it like I'm going to do right now. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting them through, right, put the wire through, I come back, move it back, and then we'll just turn it on itself. I am going to crimp it. Actually, I'm just going to squeeze it down using the pliers. Alright. So if you don't have a crimping tool, just use the pliers, it'll be fine. Well, the way I'm going to do it, it'll be fine. So, what I do now is I actually solder the whole thing in there. Makes a very strong joint, and it ain't gonna come out. And then on this side, I just solder or solder the wires together. There you go. That bad boy ain't going nowhere. Alright, I'll run a piece of heat shrink over that. And I'll take a larger piece of heat shrink and cover that terminal up. Alright, that's one side. Now I'm going to go over there, measure it, and then figure out how long this has to be. Alright, now that I got my measurement, I'm going to go ahead and set this up. Alright. So I'm just going to crimp it. Like I said, if you don't have crimping pliers, then just flatten it out. Flatten the terminal. We're going to solder, whatever you want to call it. I should have put that on first. That's alright. I'm going to go one whole piece. Alright, let's solder this up. So there you have it. Man, you're never gonna come out of there. Well, unless it breaks. Okay, so I'm gonna add just a small piece to that. it's too big on the end, I'm just pushing it down with the heat. It'll stay right there. Alright, there we go. So we got a tether. Pretty strong too. Now obviously the thicker the wire, the more strength it's going to have. You know, something like a what is it? Maybe a 12 gauge wire would be more appropriate for this kind of application. I mean, you could do a 14. This is a 14, I think. Well, I'm guessing. Oh, it might be 12. It came off of a. This actually came off of a water pump, so that might be a 12 gauge wire. Looks like it might be. So I would say 12 gauge wire for this is great. You can go to Home Depot and get this by the foot. You get yourself a 2-foot 12 gauge wire, a couple of terminal ends, some soldering iron, and if you want, you can use the heat shrink like I did, or you can just wrap it with electrical tape if you want to, you know, go that route. It's really up to you. These work really well now that I actually soldered them, so they're not bad. They're actually stronger now. They worked okay with the folding it back and just zip tying it, but I wasn't too confident on that method. I believe the soldering method is actually stronger. Alright, let's go to the bike. We're going to put this on. And now we'll put the bottom section in. There you have it. This is like a backup. It's a little bit longer than this one. So if this one breaks, hopefully this one will catch it and keep the Tour-Pak from falling over. I've been using this one for quite some time now, alone. And it's working great, but I wanted to put the primary in like it's supposed to have. That way I got a backup in case something happens here. You know what's funny is I've been using these types of tethers that I've been making for like years now, and they've worked well for me. They work very well, so I ain't got no complaints. And they're cheap to make. That's it. There ain't much to it. I hope that was helpful. Like I said, I've improved the design by soldering or soldering the terminals into the wire there. Makes it for a stronger joint, or whatever you want to call it, connection. So I didn't have any problems with the zip tie like I did in the first video. I'll put a link to it. It's the same thing, except I zip tied it instead. It worked, but I feel more confident with the wire, you know, soldered into the terminal. All right, it's a good way to save money, I guess, if you guys, you know, you're trying to save a penny here and there. Well, it's more than a penny because I looked at those cables and they could run anywhere from 40 bucks on up, and they're not cheap. But any questions, comments, leave them down below. I'll get to them as usual. And I'll just check you all later, right? Hope this was helpful. Bye-bye. God bless. Godspeed. All that stuff. Bye-bye.